Islam Makhachev faced Dustin Poirier at UFC 302 in a fight where I had the puncher's chants memorized better than the national anthem of the country I live in, but was ultimately submitted in the 5th round by the mighty Islam Makhachev, proving that the UFC lightweight division is as messed up as my ability to spell, and Islam Makhachev will be a name we will never forget, especially if you live in the Middle East. After Islam beat Dustin, and looking at the status of the lightweight division, you would think it is beyond fucked after coming to the realization that Arman Tsarukyan and Charles Oliveira, for the second time, are our best chances we have of getting a competitive contender fight. If I had to guess, I would imagine Justin Gaethje gets a shot, not because he's a good matchup for Islam or because his performance against Khabib was to be admired, but because, fuck it, it's Justin. This gives Islam the opportunity to move up in weight and Conor time to find out if cocaine and steroids are in fact part of a balanced diet for UFC champions. I would, but most likely won't say Chandler is a champion, but he's not far off. I'm not a fan of any specific fighter. I enjoy the art of fighting. But if I was, I'd be a fan of Michael Chandler for the first 30 seconds of every single one of his fights. If I had to lay out the best-case scenario for the UFC, I would say Conor comes back to fight for the welterweight title. Fucking hold on for a second. Islam beats Arman, making it his 15th consecutive win, and moves up to fight Leon Edwards, since Belal Muhammad will likely lose, since he's Belal. Then we get a final Conor fight against Islam at welterweight, solidifying his career. This is a dream, of course, like the idea of Volkanovski beating Islam, or that I will get to listen to UFC cards without the noise from the beginning of Saving Private Ryan in my ears. I would also love to read your comments and your thoughts on UFC 302, or who you think is next for the notorious one. I ran a poll before the fight that was almost 50-50. If Dustin would land the guillotine or Islam would land the famous head kick at 302, unfortunately, we saw neither. What we did see was some of the worst scorecards in UFC history and a man from Poland who recently ordered a bidet, which was invented by the French. Not surprising if you know anything about the French, but the fact they invented something is. I haven't decided what to call this series yet. Currently, it's a moment of reflection. Many of my videos are timely, so I wanted to speak to my audience directly and say thank you for the support during my first month on YouTube. Your engagement and reading your comments means the world to me, sincerely. Most importantly, the subscriber of the month for May is still Dino Ravo, a category that will become more important as I become better at Photoshop. UFC Louisville is on Saturday, and based on my most recent predictions video, this channel is the most accurate predictions channel on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I made a mistake in my last upload and forgot to upload it correctly to YouTube, but thankfully I was told the way to correct that, and apparently all I have to do